Now I want to help you understand indexed views, because if you're not comfortable with these things, they may be able to confuse you or kind of throw you off base on the exam. Now you're probably already familiar with a view. You can go out to Books Online, take a look at a view, and I would strongly encourage, if you've never dealt with these things, to build one, take a look at it, and then go back and look at making it an indexed view. But for now, I just want to kind of throw this out there. It's really hard in data warehouse class to know how much to give, how much to just kind of assume people know, but this is going to be important, and you're going to see this mentioned quite a bit. First of all, let's start with a view. What exactly is a view? Well, a view is the result set of a query that becomes a virtual table. We can take any select query just about and write it out and execute it, and it brings data back. And then we can go just above that and say create view, give it a name as, keyword as, and then have the same query we just ran, run that, and it will create a view, whatever the name was that we put before the as keyword. And so now we can select from the name of that view. And when we do that, that view runs, it creates a result set built off of the results of that query, and that appears as a virtual table. And really what this is like a temporary table in memory out there, and it may be written out into the temporary database for a while, but the virtual table is not stored permanently in the database. Now, a view by itself is really not designed to give you any big, performance boost, but it is there for simplicity. It lets you go through the process of doing like a complex join one time, giving that a name, and then calling that view, and you have access to all that data without having to rewrite all that complexity every time. So they're there more for convenience. But just keep in mind that once you create a view, the view can be referenced just like a table in Transact SQL. I can select from a view, and it will go build that data if it doesn't have it, and then treat the result set like a table, and my select queries run against it. Now, here's what's important to understand about views, and that is we can index a view. We can create a view, and at the same time we create it, we can create an index on a column in that view. I can create a unique clustered index on a view, and what it does to the result set just what it does to a table. It puts the result set in the order of whatever column that unique clustered index is on that view. But then it does something just a little bit different and kind of weird. That result set gets stored in the database just like a regular table with a clustered index. Now this has got all kinds of positive aspects, okay? The query analyzer, or the query optimizer I should say, looks at that as if it's another table, as if it's another resource, and will actually use that on other queries if it sees that it can return the result sets faster. And indexing on a view can drastically affect how fast result sets come back. Now, the advantages of these things is that they improve the performance of joins and aggregations that process many rows. Well, guess what? In a data warehouse, we're running a lot of queries that perform joins because we're joining all those dimensions out there to our fact table, and aggregations because we do a lot of sums, a lot of averages, a lot of counts in our data warehouse queries. And so indexed views are great to build to provide that data, and then we just select from the indexed view. So that's why you will see indexed views mentioned on the exam. You'll see them in real life. If I've told you things here you didn't already know, you need to go out to Books Online and read up on them. Play with these things. Open up SQL Server. I may show you one of these a little bit later on in the course. I may do a separate demo video of these things and let you see it. But index views can be really, really cool, and they can be very efficient. So check these out and make sure you put these in your kind of data warehouse designer's toolkit.